Hello and welcome to Bulldog Baseball here on ACTV. It's the Adrian College 2017 home opener versus the Olivet Comets. Robbie Alexander here, joined by my colleague Cody Alexander. The Bulldogs begin their MIAA grind after a couple of series down south, and Cody, the Dogs have to be coming into this opening series on a high note.
Yep, last week they went 3-1, including a win against number 9 ranked Worcester and number 25 ranked North Central. So they're going into their quest for 9 on a high note, looking good. Both spring trips actually, so it'll be an exciting year nonetheless.
Well, the Bulldogs have their big pitcher on the mound, Tommy Parsons, looking to keep this 43-game winning streak against Olivet intact.
Yep, Parsons threw a no-hitter last year against these guys, so I don't want to jinx it, but we'll see if Lightning can strike twice at the Nick here.
Leading off for the Olivet Comets, we have number 11, Austin Cleaver, who's playing left field today. And the home opener starts with a strike on the outside corner.
One thing about Parsons is that he has great control. So ever since he was a freshman, he knows how to keep the ball down around the knees, and I think that's what makes him so effective.
Just a tad high, evens the count at 1 apiece. Beautiful day here at the Nick, low 70s, just a nice breeze going out to right field. There's a line drive to left field. Hangs up for Gunnar Rainey, and that's going to be out number 1.
Yep, nice little line drive out to left, not too hard hit. No trouble for Rainey out there.
Now up for the Comets, number 10, Aaron Gillespie, out in center field today. There's another line drive down the left field line, and that's going to be fair. Gillespie heading for second, and he's going to be in with a stand-up double.
Yep, Parsons left that one out a little too much over the plate. It was able to hook it down the line, keep it fair.
So runner on second, 1 out, and up steps the third hitter, Travis Petts, number 6, playing third base today.
Pet's actually from where me and Robbie are, back home in Linden, Michigan. So he's had a strong spring so far, hitting over 300.
Ball just low, 1-0. Checks the runner at second. There's a ground ball bouncing up the middle. Doro gets it. Throws on to first for out number 2. Advances the runner to third.
Nice play by Doro. As always, showing the range up the middle and the strong arm.
So that's going to bring up the number 4 hitter, Aiden Holiday, who is also the pitcher for the Comets. Don't see pitchers hitting much these days.
Nope, certainly not in Rainey's lineup. You're not going to see a pitcher there ever, I don't think. I've never seen one.
Big swing and a miss, 0-1.
Nice off-speed pitch by Parsons, keeping it down and away. Big swing.
Parsons gets the sign from Resto. Fouls that one back. Count is 0-2. Parsons trying to get out of the inning unscathed. Runner on third, 2 outs.
Yep, he'll have to be careful here. Holiday leading the Comets in RBI. He has 9 this season so far.
Fouled back again, stays alive. Just inside, brings the count to 1-2.
Yeah, Parsons might want to think about putting something soft on the other side of the plate instead of trying inside. Holiday's been swinging out of his shoes, it looks like, so far, so try to get him over swinging on an outside pitch, maybe get him to swing through it.
Another foul ball. This one goes into the Adrian dugout. 1-2 the count. Runner on third. And the pitch. And there's a line drive up the middle, base hit. Runner's going to score, and Olivet takes an early 1-0 lead.
Yep, Holiday did a nice job there, not trying to do too much, just taking what he's given, puts it right back up the middle, and Comets are on the board early here today.
That's going to bring up Gary Tompkins, the third right fielder. So Parsons is going to try to get out of the inning with minimum damage. Fouled back, 0-1 on the count.
One of the things I'm hoping to see here is throw down to second by Frankie. Frankie Resto, the catcher for the Bulldogs. I don't think we're going to see it here. Holiday doesn't have too big of a lead off of first, but he does have a cannon, so hopefully we'll see a little bit of action down there today.
Curveball hanging. Gets the count to 1-1.
Parsons having a little bit of control issue today. Looks like he's leaving the ball up a little more than they want to.
There's a line drive, and it gets past Guck at third base. They're going to hold the runner at second. And there are 2 men aboard here with 2 outs in the first.
Hard hit ball right at Guck. Tough play down by the knees, but it looks like he may have taken his eye off the ball too quick. Got to remember, you got to catch the ball first before you do anything else with it. So,
What do you think? Is that going to be a hit or an error?
I think it might be an error. We'll have to see how it's ruled, but it was hit right at him. It was a tough play, but I think he could have made it. Looks like he might have taken his eye off a little too soon. Maybe trying to look to double off the runner, but I think it was a play that should have been made.
I think they're going to rule it a hit, though. That brings 3 on the day for Olivet. Big swing and a miss by Michael O'Brien, 0-1 on the count. Bulldogs trying to get out of the inning without any more damage. Runners going. No throw. They're going to take the bases. And now we have runners on second and third with 2 outs.
Don't know what Resto was doing there. Looks like he was going to second. I think the middle infielders thought he was going to try for the play at third. Maybe a little bit of early game miscommunication there by the Dogs.
Still early in the season.
Got to work the kinks out.
O'Brien trying to do some damage here. The pitch. Another big swing and a miss.
Brian pulling off bad. Parsons might find success just living on that outside. He can't keep his hips in.
Parsons looks in for the sign. Comes set. And another big swing and the miss. And he will get out of the inning with only 1 run. We go to the bottom of the first. Olivet leads 1-0. Welcome back to Bulldog Baseball here on ACTV. Bottom of the first, Dogs are down 1-0. And up steps the center fielder, Ian Mikowski.
I don't know if anybody out there have seen Ian run, but he's one of the fastest kids that I have ever seen. So puts the ball on the ground a lot. He's actually got a ground ball to fly ball ratio of 11. So we'll see what he does here. Prone to bunt. Uses his speed well. Very good leadoff man for the Dogs.
And he takes a ball there, make the count 1-0. Aiden Holiday on the mound for the Comets. Takes another. There's a strike. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Ian, actually a reigning gold ball champion last week for Disabilities Awareness Week. He's just an athlete. Misses a bunt attempt there. But they're going to say that he held up. Yep, he held up the bunt, and it is 2-1.
Does a nice job of keeping the bat back, not letting it get across. Oh, showing bunting again.
Takes high there. Brings the count to 3-1.
Kowski's very, very good at working the count. He's got 11 walks so far this year compared to 5 strikes, and there's another walk for him.
So Mikowski will take his base, runner aboard, start the bottom of the first. And up's going to step the heavy-hitting second baseman for the Bulldogs, Brian Killinger.
Yep, Killinger, one of the top hitters for the Dogs so far this year. He's hitting at a .472 clip. He's got 7 ribbies, a home run, a couple triples.
Watch Mikowski at first, prone to steal. Oh, and he's picked off at first. Looks like he got his feet crossed up there.
Yep, just not paying too much attention.
So the base runner is erased, and there is 1 out on the Dogs now. And that could be a big out for the Comets here to start the game.
If there's one thing that the Dogs are good at, they're good at scoring runs. So, killed, showing bunt too.
Takes the ball high, 1-0. Holiday not quite sure where that missed. Coach telling them to shake it off. Shows bunt again, and there's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Killinger going to try to get something started here. Swings and misses, 1 down low. Brings the count to 1-2.
On an off-topic story, Killinger in the weight room is a complete beast. I've never seen somebody squat so much.
There's a line drive, right field, but foul. Stays alive.
He's a strong guy. So
What does he squat?
last year, I think he topped out at a 535. So if you're in a weightlifting competition here at school, you're going to want Kill on your team.
It's a ball in the dirt outside, 2-2. Killinger also on that championship goal ball team.
You don't say.
There's a fly ball, right center field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Killinger rounds first, but nothing doing. And there's a 1-out single for the Dogs. And that's going to bring up shortstop Ryan Doro.
Doro is also, not surprisingly, one of the top hitters this year. So he's actually batting .462. He's got 13 RBI. One thing to watch out for today, as the ball on the outside, is that he's 2 home runs away from getting the Adrian career home run record. The record's 25. He's got 24, so
Fouls 1 down the right field line.
look for him to tie that record, maybe even pass it. 2 games today, so we'll see.
Doro, a starter on varsity all 4 years. Perhaps one of the best Bulldog players ever put on a uniform. Fouls another one down the right field line.
The one thing I like about Doro's swing is that he's very quiet at the plate. So the one thing you see a lot of, I guess, freshmen who aren't on varsity, you see it a lot in high school players too, is that they have a lot of movement with their hands, with their bodies. Doro stays very quiet, which allows him to, I mean, the ball's not moving because his head's not moving, so.
Olivet looks over to first, nothing doing. Yeah, he looks very relaxed at the plate when he's up there.
Just keeps it simple. That's the best thing you can do with a baseball swing.
Fouls that one off. Out of the stadium again.
There's the ball boy for Adrian, Logan Klotz. Doing an excellent job as always.
So Killinger on first, 1 out. 0-2 on Doro. Throws over, nothing doing.
Killinger, like his stepbrother Mikowski, has a lot of speed. I don't think he's going to try anything here with Doro at the plate, though.
And again, right side out of the stadium, and he's fighting to stay alive. There's a fly ball center field. And it's going to fall. Just enough outfield between the infield and center field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. And now the Dogs have 2 on with 1 out.
Yep, Doro got under that one. Looked like an outside pitch. Just hit under the ball, but he got it up enough to let the wind play around with it, like we said before the broadcast. Wind's blowing out to right, but it's blowing all around, really. So hard play for the outfielders. Put it right in the right spot. Couldn't place it any better.
Now up for the Bulldogs, the first baseman, Hunter Hayes.
I have no idea if I have it or not.
Trying to drive in a couple runs here in the first. Fouls that one back and out of the stadium to make the count 0-1.
Hayes has been batting cleanup for the Dogs all year, doing a pretty nice job.
Now, is he a freshman or is he a transfer?
He's a junior transfer. I can't remember from where, but he's been doing a nice job at first base for the Dogs.
There's a ball in the dirt.
Hayes, if you don't know, has the same name as country singer Hunter Hayes, who Robbie likes to frequently listen to.
He's a good singer. Swing and a miss there. Brings the count to 1-2.
Yep, Holiday might have gotten away with one there. Looked like a hanger above the belt.
Infield playing back. Outfield, know about normal depth. Holiday gets the sign. And ball just outside is going to bring the count to 2-2. Holiday not missing by much, but
No, Dogs doing a nice job today of working the count.
checks the runner at second. Fouled back out of play. What's that? That's got to be about 10 foul balls out of the stadium already.
Yeah, it looks like they're not getting their barrel around like they want to. Hayes is so far this at bat, some of his pop-ups looks like he's getting jammed a little bit.
There's a fly ball center field. Killinger tagging. Catch is made. Snow cone catch. Runners are going to tag and both move up. Here comes Killinger. He's going to try to score, and he is safe on the slide. So Hunter Hayes with the RBI fly out to center field. Killinger with some nice base running there.
Yep, Gillespie out in center. Wind might have been pushing it back a little bit, but instead of getting to the spot, he kept drifting, didn't get in a good position to get the ball back in. Klotz actually probably had a little hand in that too, but realizing that his weight was carrying him back towards the fence away from the infield, so Killinger with his speed was able to come all the way around and score the first run for the Dogs, tied up at 1.
And a great slide there by Killinger.
That's why they teach you in high school. Got to get to the spot and don't drift backwards.
So that's going to bring up Brian Guck, third baseman, junior here at Adrian College. 2 outs, runner on second. And Guck's going to fly that one out to right field. Going back on it, and he makes the catch. A little leap at the end. Wind having some trouble with the baseball, but the Bulldogs score to tie the game. It's 1-1 here at the end of 1. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on ACTV. Welcome back to Bulldog Baseball here on ACTV. Scores all tied up at 1 apiece after 1. Nice catch by the right fielder to end that inning. Wind having a factor today, definitely.
You can hear it howling through the stands right now.
So Parsons goes back to work. And up now for Olivet, Colton Doughty, second baseman. Big swing and a miss there.
Oh, that was a weird swing. I don't know about you, but I'm not a big fan of some of the hitches these Olivet hitters have in their swing. If you watch with his hands, he'll bring his barrel up. Did you see that?
I did.
It's just a long way for his barrel to come back through the zone.
Parsons looks like he already has a little bit better command here in the second inning. And a big swing and a miss. And there's another strikeout. 2 in the game now for Parsons. 2 in a row, actually. And that's going to get 1 out for Adrian here in the top of the first.
Yeah, Doughty has that hitch with his hands, and it's just messing with his bat playing. So I don't think Parsons will have much trouble with him today.
So up now is Connor Murney, catcher for Olivet. There's a ground ball right back to Parsons. Going to flip to first. And an easy out, number 2.
That's the way they like it there. 1 pitch, 1 out.
So 2 quick outs for the Bulldogs here in the top of the second. That's going to bring up Kevin Hatcher, the shortstop. Foul out of the stadium brings the count to 0-1.
Hopefully that didn't hit our golf cart.
It's a slow golf cart, but it gets the job done. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Takes his head off that on the swing, and it's 0-2.
Looking at the clouds out in left field. Might have seen a bunny in one of them.
A little cloud gazing here on this beautiful Friday afternoon at the Nick.
Oh, I think I see it.
There's a ground ball. Gut coming in on it. Can't handle it. And he's going to be safe at first.
Yep. Gut coming in. Had the decision to take the short hop or play it back. Decided he was going to take the short hop. Couldn't handle it.
That's going to be an error on Guck. First of the game, but second misplayed ball. Having a bit of trouble out there today.
Well, Guck actually came in as a third baseman as a freshman. Last year as a sophomore, he saw a lot of innings at first base, but with Hayes transferring in, they positioned him back at third, and I don't know if he got too much action over there during the spring trips.
That's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Austin Cleaver, fly out to left field to start the first inning. There's a ball low on the outside, 1-0. Runner on first, 2 outs. And Parsons steps off.
Hatchet not too much of a lead over at first base. Does have 1 stolen base on the year.
Throws over, nothing doing. Olivet going to try to capitalize on a mistake. Parsons comes set. There's a fly ball center field, and it hangs up just long enough for Mikowski. That's going to be out number 3. The error does not matter, and a quick inning for the Bulldogs. We go to the bottom of the second, so 1 apiece here at the Nick. Welcome back to Bulldog Baseball here on ACTV. Bottom of the second, score tied at 1 apiece. Quick inning for the Bulldogs last inning. 3 quick outs, only 1 error in there, but nothing doing. And this is going to bring up the right fielder, Tristan Richardson. Ground ball to second base. Cleanly fielded, throw on, and there's a quick out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
I was looking down at my score sheet, but that sounded like it might have been a stinger off the bat. Might not have squared it up too well.
Yeah, it didn't sound very pleasant. So that's going to bring up Gunnar Rainey, the left fielder. And if that name sounds familiar to you, that's because it is head coach Craig Rainey's son. Having a very good first couple of weeks, and there's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Yep, swinging it well with the stick. Playing really well, has a couple assists already in the outfield, so it'll be exciting to see how the season progresses.
There's a fly ball. Right field, and it's going to hang up for the right fielder. There's out number 2. That wind is definitely playing a factor today, and I think we're going to keep saying that throughout the game. Some big fly balls could turn into some singles and some errors there today.
Yeah, Dogs haven't squared too many up, putting a lot of them in the air, but I think the only one I've seen so far that's gotten good contact on it is that Guck line drive out to right field.
It brings up the catcher, Frank Resto. Takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Frank Jr. all the way from Miami, Florida. Takes the ball high.
I think we should just call him Little Pudge Rodriguez. I mean, they're both Puerto Rican. Plays like him, has a gun like him.
Frankie, definitely one of the personalities here on campus. Takes a ball high on the outside. 2-1 on the count.
I don't know if you've seen the bottom of his cleats. You'll have to look for it next inning when he's catching, but they're blinding.
Fouls that one back. Evens up the count at 2 apiece. You got to adjust the batting gloves.
You know, don't want too many distractions up there. Got to feel good. Got to feel good to hit good.
Ball up and in. It's going to bring him to a full count. There's a ground ball, second base side. Fields it cleanly. Throw on to first, and that's going to be a quick inning for Olivet. So after 2 full innings, it is 1-1. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on ACTV. Welcome back to Bulldog Baseball here on ACTV. Top of the third, 1 apiece. And a quick second inning for both sides. Tommy Parsons is going to get back to work. And up is the center fielder, Aaron Gillespie. Had a double the last inning down the left field line and scored.
See, he still has his winter beard.
Big swing and a miss, 0-1.
Parsons looks like he's settled down after that first inning, keeping the ball down low.
Throws in a little bender, can't come across the plate. It's going to hang inside. It's going to bring the count to 1-1. Gets the sign. Fouled out of play. We were just commenting that Frank's cleats are gold-plated on the bottom, and when they catch the light, it definitely sends something here into the press box.
I didn't know I needed my sunglasses here in the box today.
Parsons can't snap that one off, ends up in the dirt, brings the count to 2-2.
Gillespie hitting .447 on the year with 11 ribbies. He has 1 home run, so Parsons will have to be careful with him.
There's a fly ball down the right field line, but foul. He stays alive.
Gillespie, one of the few Olivet hitters that I've seen today that is fairly quiet in his setup. Not too much movement.
There's the pitch. Ground ball, a little nubber down the first base line, but it's going to end up foul. Outfield at normal depth. The crowd starting to gather out on the center field hill.
It's a beautiful day. Glad they moved it up from yesterday.
You mean tomorrow?
Yes.
Getting our dates mixed up. It's the end of the week here.
First game for everyone here.
Ball inside. Brings it to a full count. But you're trying to take advantage of this nice weather. 70 degrees. Not often do you see that at the end of March. There's a line drive left field. And a nice sliding catch by Gunnar Rainey for the first out. And we were just talking about how good he's been in left field this year, and he just showed it there, flashed the leather.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much he played left field in high school. I remember hearing that he was mainly a third baseman catcher, but so far he's been pretty solid out there.
That's going to bring up Travis Petz, the third baseman. Grounded out to Doro the last time up. And there's a line drive, center field. Mikowski going back. And he'll camp under it for out number 2. So after a bit of a battle with Gillespie, he gets a 1-pitch out with Petz. And that's going to bring up the pitcher, Aiden Holiday. Single and an RBI his last time up. There's a line drive over Darrow's head into the left field gap. Rainey comes over to cut it off, and it's another single for Aiden Holiday.
Yeah, Comets not having too much trouble scoring up Parsons today. So far, they're 3-9 on the season, but looking at their stats, the one thing they can do is hit. They've got a 270 team average. So Parsons and Frank Resto might have to go after him a little different so far. Not looking like they're having too much trouble against him.
So here's Gary Tompkins III. Singled in his last at-bat. Trying to start a 2-out rally. And there's a fly ball up in foul territory right side, and Hunter Hayes will camp under it for out number 3. So the score remains 1-1 after 2.5 innings. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV. Welcome back to Bulldog Baseball here on ACTV. After 2.5 innings, the score is all knotted up at 1 apiece. And up steps the DH, McCoy Drizwicki.
Yep, McCoy having a big weekend last year against North Central. Had 2 home runs, including a 3-run shot and a grand slam. So we'll see if he can keep it rolling here.
Takes a ball up high, 1-0. I think it's safe to say that McCoy is definitely the tallest player on the team.
Yeah, he's got some height.
And takes a strike to even up the count at 1 apiece. DH today sometimes takes over for duties at first base. A hard line drive down the left field line, but foul.
Can definitely get a hold of him.
Holiday looks in and gets his sign. There's a ball outside. Brings the count to 2-2.
We'll see what McCoy does here. Can be prone to chase pitches off the plate when he gets in a deep count.
Wind's picking up a bit here at the Nick. And he rings him up on the curveball. So there's out number 1. McCoy does not agree with that call. May have been a little high.
Looked like it was at the top of the zone, but 2 strikes, so you got to swing there.
So that's going to bring up the leadoff hitter. Ian Mikowski walked his last time up, but then got picked off at first base. Showing bunt. And there's strike for 0-1. First and third. Playing in. Short and second. Playing normal. Takes the ball high, 1-1. There's a line drive up the middle, base hit. So McCoy is on with a single and 1 out.
Nice piece of hitting there by Mikowski. Looked like it jammed him a little bit, but able to get his hands inside enough to poke it right back up the box.
That's going to bring up the second baseman, Brian Killinger. Singled in his last at-bat, later scored a run.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Mikowski go here.
There's a bunt by Killinger. Mikowski's going to go to second. Only play at first. And there's a sac bunt for Killinger. 2 outs, but moves the runner up to second.
Yeah, puts it right back at the pitcher. Normally not where you want to put it, but with Mikowski's speed, it wasn't as much as an issue.
That's going to bring up the heavy-hitting Ryan Doro. Singled in his last time up. Trying to bring in a run here with 2 outs. And there's a single into left field. Mikowski's going to hold up at third. And there's runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
Doro jumping all over that first pitch fastball, putting it right in the hole. It's too hard, though. Mikowski can't come around to score. They have to hold him.
And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Hunter Hayes, who had the only RBI in the game back in the first inning.
Yep, gave the first one a ride. Had the wind carry it out, but couldn't get it to fall.
Holiday steps off the mound.
Is his walk-up song Hunter Hayes?
It is not.
We'll have to talk to him about that.
Takes all the way for strike 1. So Doro on first, Mikowski on third, 2 outs. Outfield playing normal depth. Throws over to first. Gets back in time. So Hayes trying to get a little magic going here with 2 outs. And there's a hard ground ball. Third baseman, gloved nicely by Petz, throws on to first. And that's out number 3. We're through 3 innings here at the Nick. It's 1-1. We'll be right back here with Adrian College Baseball on ACTV. Welcome back to Adrian College Baseball here on ACTV. Tommy Parsons gets back to work here in the top of the 4th inning. Michael O'Brien up to bat to start it for the Olivet Comets.
Let's see if Parson keeps going outside with him. First at bat, he showed that he can't stay in the box too well, so.
Showing bunt, ball outside. There's a foul ball back out of play, left side. Now he starts open. You got to imagine if he closed up a little bit, he'd have a little more success.
Maybe. I mean, there's a couple things that he could do, but I don't know. It looks like he wants to pull the ball.
Parsons keeps pitching outside, and there's another strike.
He's going to have to do some adjusting here. Parsons is just going to abuse that outer part of the plate against him.
1-2. There's a ground ball. Parsons with the nice glove work. Flips over to first, and there's out number 1.
Yep, that's exactly what will happen. Looking to pull the ball, Parsons puts it on the outside, and he just rolls over on it.
Yeah, with a smart pitcher like Parsons, you can't afford to do that because they're just going to tear you apart all day.
No, and there's going to be other pitchers in the league. They're going to hear about it, and they're just going to keep putting it on the outside. So he'll have to learn to make an adjustment, or he's going to have a struggle this season.
So up now is Colton Doughty, second base. And there's a strike on the inner half of the plate. 0-1. Doughty struck out his last time up in the second inning. Ball just misses inside, brings the count to 1-1.
Dottie's got 11 strikeouts on the year. Let's see if Parsons can put another one in that column for him.
And a big swing and a miss. 1-2. Doughty, a junior from Dearborn Heights, Michigan, went to Crestwood High School. Parsons. And a big swing and a miss. There's a strikeout, second of the day for Doughty, third of the day for Parsons, and there's 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. That's going to bring up the catcher, Connor Murney. Grounded out to first base in his first at-bat. Parsons trying to make quick work here in the 4th. Swing and a miss. Brings the count to 0-1.
Parsons doing a nice job this inning, locating his fastball. Dusted off Doughty in the at-bat prior to this.
Foul ball right back to the press box. I got to admit, I flinched there, but it's going to bring the count to 0-2.
I'm disappointed.
It's been a while since I played baseball. My reflexes are not
You hit
as
the deck,
steely.
man. You and
I almost
Allison.
flew
I
right out
thought
of
you
my
guys
chair.
were going to.
Ground ball. Guck fields it nicely. Throw on to first, and there's out number 3. Parsons makes quick work of the Comets. It's still 1-1 after 3.5 innings. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on ACTV. Welcome back to Bulldog Baseball here on ACTV. Bottom of the 4th, score all knotted up at 1 apiece. Recovering from that big flinch on that foul ball back into the press box. Some people aren't as steely nerved as former catcher Cody, making fun of most of us out here.
I mean, there's a screen there.
But you forget about that when the ball's just coming right at your face.
I mean, I don't know.
So here's Brian Guck, third baseman. Takes the ball up high, 1-0.
I mean, the screen here looks a little more reliable than the one at the Arrington Ice Rink, because I have gotten smoked with a puck during a game then. It was not fun.
Guck, line
Nice.
drive, back up the middle, base hit. Takes a look, but nothing doing. And Guck's aboard. Start the 4th inning.
Yep, Guck, Cincinnati, born and bred, puts it right up the box. He does a pretty nice job with the stick, just puts it right where it's pitched.
Nice little swing. That's going to bring up Tristan Richardson, the right fielder. Takes a ball down low, 1-0. Grounded out to the second baseman his last time up.
Richardson's sister, Sarah, is a senior at Adrian, and she actually plays for the softball team.
Another ball down low, and that's going to bring the count to 2-0.
He's got those spiffy white spikes.
Now, Cody, you used to play JV your freshman year. You played with Guck. Would you say he has enough speed to steal? Throws over to first, but nothing doing.
I don't think we'll see too much from Guck over here. He might catch him sleeping, but he is tenacious. I'll give him that much. He plays the game hard.
There's a hard line drive down the right field line, but foul. Try to straighten that one out the next time. Shadows starting to creep up on the field here at Nicolay. Another ground ball to the right side, and a nice play by a Comet in the dugout.
Hands.
That's why we have soft hands here in baseball, folks.
Got to keep them lotioned. That's actually not what soft hands means, but for right now, we'll say that's what it means.
2-2 on Richardson. Guck on first, no outs. Takes a ball outside, and that's going to bring it to a full count. Breeze has died down just a bit, still blown out to right field, but still going to play tricks if you get the ball up in the air. Another throw down to first, close, but Guck's back in time.
One of the things the Dogs did have trouble on their spring trip, and this might have been a product of early season games, but their base running was
Fouled back.
a little tough going. A lot of pickoffs, a lot of sleepers out there, so they'll have to be careful. We've already seen one Adrian Bulldog picked off earlier in the game.
And there's a line drive down the right field line, and that's going to be a base hit and get into the corner. Guck's going to come around to third. Richardson going to second. Guck's going to hold up at third. It's a double for Tristan Richardson, and there were Dogs on second and third with no outs here in the 4th.
So to answer your question from earlier, no, he's not a speed burner. Thought he had a chance to score off of that one, but couldn't get the wheels going quick enough.
Nice piece of hitting right there by Richardson, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Gunnar Rainey. The chance to drive in a couple runners. There's a foul ball, right field line, but it's going to get out of play. Holiday's had a nice time keeping the Bulldogs at bay, but he's given up a couple big hits here to start the 4th.
Yep, runners on second and third, no outs. We'll see how he handles the pressure.
Infield playing back. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Guck's going to score on this play. Gunner's out at first. Richardson will hold at second, and the Bulldogs take a 2-1 lead on the RBI by Gunnar Rainey.
Yep, didn't get the base hit, but got the RBI, and that's what's important in this situation. Still have a runner on second, too. Let's see if Resta can...
Resto. Frank Resto's up to bat, the catcher.
Sorry, Frankie. I should know your name by now, but
Fouled out of play, right side.
what I'm trying to say is let's see if we can get this run in from second.
That was a hard hit ball by Rainey, just right to the shortstop.
Richardson did a nice job, ball hit in front, staying at bay, didn't try to move up.
Richardson checks the runner at second. Ball outside, going to bring the count to 1-1. Olivet coach telling the right fielder to move in a bit. Resto, hard hit ball down the left field line, but foul.
Big
1-2, 1 out.
Big hole on the right side of the infield. See if he can sneak one through there.
Here's the pitch by Holiday. Pop up by Frank, spikes the bat, shallow left field. Shortstop makes the catch. Richardson's going to have to hold, and there are 2 outs here for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 4th. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, DH McCoy Drizwicki. Struck out on a curveball looking his last time up. But with 2 outs here, he definitely has the potential to bring in Richardson on a hard hit ball.
I'm going to guess that he's going to put one left field gap.
Are you calling a shot for him?
I'm going to call a shot for him. Oh,
There's a strike.
that was a hanger.
Taken all the way, 0-1. There's a fly ball. Pop up to the second baseman. Going into shallow right field to make the catch. That's 3 outs. But the Bulldogs strike. They now lead the game 2-1 after 4. You're watching Bulldog Baseball on ACTV. Welcome back to Bulldog Baseball. Top of the 5th inning, Bulldogs leading 2-1 over the Olivet Comets. Gunnar Rainey with an RBI ground out back in the 4th. And Tommy Parsons is going to get back to work. A little bit of a rough first inning for him, but he's settled in nicely the last couple of innings. Kevin Hatch with a soft counter to Guck. Gloves it, throw offline, and that's going to be safe at first.
Little swinging bunt there. Gets the job done. Not what he wanted to do, probably, but he's on base.
So that's going to be a base hit for Kevin Hatch. We're going to go to the top of the lineup with number 11, Austin Cleaver. 0 for 2 in the game with 2 flyouts. Nice try by Guck, just a tad offline.
Yep, not much he can do or die play.
Parsons throws over to first. Keeps the runner close. Foul ball, back out of play. 0-1. Hatcher, a junior out of Cassopolis, Michigan. But he's not batting. Quick fact for you when he gets up. Now everybody knows. There's a ball in the dirt. Resto blocks it. Looks down to first, but nothing doing.
Cleaver hit the ball hard his last time up, but hit it right at Mikowski in center.
Now Cleaver is a senior who's from St. John's, Michigan.
Interesting.
Parsons set. There's the pitch. Runner going to second. There's a line drive to center field. Mikowski's going to camp under it. Runner's at second. Here comes the throw into first. And it's a double play. Nice play. Runner caught napping, and Mikowski teams up with Killinger to get the double play at first. And there are 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Don't know what Hatchett was doing. I think he thought the wind was going to keep pushing it towards right field. Got all the way around second before he realized that Mikowski had caught the ball and didn't have enough time to get back. Nice relay throw by Killinger.
Had a little slip out there, too, once he realized what was happening. There's a ball down low to the center fielder, Aaron Giles. Gillespie. Another ball down low, 2-0. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to Doro. Throw it to first. And there's out number 3.
So smooth.
We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 2-1 Bulldogs. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on ACTV. Aiden Holiday going back to work here in the bottom of the 5th. Ian Mikowski up to bat. Showing bunt, ball outside, 1-0. Mikowski singled in his last at-bat. 1 for 1, walked in the first. Trying to tack on a few more runs here. Shows bunt again. And there's a strike on the outside corner.
Now, what kind of bat do you think that is?
There's a line drive, and that's going to be down the left field line for a base hit. Mikowski's going to turn, make for second, and he's in with a double.
Whatever kind of bat it was, it did the job. Able to sneak it inside the third base line, uses his speed for the double.
And Olivet's coach does not agree with the call. Thinks it was foul right over the third base bag. What do you think, Cody?
I mean, from my perspective here, it looks like it went over the bag fair.
Of course, we're a little biased. We're Bulldogs, but I'd have to agree with you. So Mikowski with the leadoff double. He's on second with no outs, and up steps Brian Killinger.
I mean, it's not where the ball lands. It's where it goes over the bag. I think he thought that it landed foul, but it went over the bag fair.
Either way, nice piece of hitting by Mikowski to take it the other way. Holiday looks in, gets his sign. And there's a bender to Killinger for a strike. Now, do you think Mikowski would try to steal third right now?
Not with the meat of the order up, I don't think so. Killinger and Doro have the power to go out, so.
Another bunt by Killinger, but that's going to fall foul, bring the count to 0-2. Nice idea there.
Yep. Looks like he was bunting for the base hit. Showed late. Wasn't able to keep it fair, though.
Kill had the sack bunt his last time up, a single in the first. Runner on second, no outs. Leadoff double by Mikowski. There's a ball outside, brings the count to 1-2. Mikowski with a little bit of a lead. Trying to catch some Comets napping out on the left side of the field.
Maybe now would be a nice time for a little delayed steal action.
Holiday comes set. In the pitch. Another bender, and he's going to ring him up inside part of the plate, and there's one out.
Killinger caught looking on the hook, looked a little bit inside, but again, we're biased.
And that's the second time today that he's rung somebody up on the curveball. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, Ryan Doro, 2 for 2 with 2 singles today. There's a ball in the dirt. Mikowski thinks about it, doesn't go, holds up at second. Holiday has a pretty nice bender.
Yeah, he's been using it pretty well today, especially in 2-strike counts. He's been doing a great job of putting it on either side of the plate on a 2-strike count.
And besides a couple hard-hit balls, he's doing a pretty good job keeping the Bulldogs at bay.
A lot of pop-ups here today.
Mikowski dances at second. Swing and a miss by Doro.
Definitely a first strike swing there. Ball on the outside. Looking like he was trying to tie the record right there.
There's a line drive by Doro, center field. It's going over the head. And that ball is gone. It's a 2-run homer for Ryan Doro.
And with that home run, Doro has tied the Adrian career record for home runs with 25. Hits it to the deepest part of the ballpark, too.
It is 4-1 Adrian. An absolute bullet by Ryan Doro.
That was something pretty to watch there.
That was a nice hit.
For a second, I didn't think it'd get up enough.
That's going to bring up the first baseman, Hunter Hayes, who gets a hold of one. That's out to right field. High fly ball. The right fielder's going to camp under that one. And there are 2 away. And Doro absolutely crushed that one. Not a high home run, but it was a line drive out of here.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd have the eyes, so looks like it barely snuck over the center field wall out there.
It's going to bring up the third baseman, Brian Guck. Takes a ball down low. 1 for 2 today with a single and a flyout. Trying to start another rally. There's a high fly ball.
Up
Shallow
into
right
the-
center. Here comes the center fielder and right
Oh.
fielder. The right fielder will take it.
Could have been bad.
And there's out number 3. So Olivet gets out of it, but not before a monster 2-run homer by Ryan Doro. The Bulldogs lead 4-1. You're watching Adrian Baseball here on ACTV. Welcome back to Bulldog Baseball, top of the 6th inning. Adrian scored 2 in the last inning on a monster 2-run homer by Ryan Doro. And up now for Olivet is the third baseman, Travis Petz. Tommy Parsons gets back to work. 0 for 2 today with a flyout and a ground out. Takes a ball high. Parsons has had a couple quick innings here, trying to keep that going. And swinging a foul ball into Frankie's mask.
Nope, looks like it got the umpire.
Got the umpire. Gonna take a couple seconds, let him walk it off. I think he got both of them.
Yeah, I think it glanced off the mask and caught the ump. That's why they wear the padding.
Rule number 1 as a catcher, if the umpire takes one off the mask, go talk to your pitcher, let him get a breather.
That's how you establish the relationship. You want a couple calls to go your way, you help the umpire out when he's takes a foul tip.
Looks like they're both okay. And there's a curveball for strike number 2, 1-2. Olivet 5 hits on the day. There's a fastball fouled away. And he stays alive.
Despite Parsons having a little bit of, I think it's not really control issues, but from what we're used to seeing from him, it might look like a control issue. But he still has not walked anybody today.
Ball outside. 2-2. No, he hasn't. Just a couple.
Just leaving a couple up over the belt line that we're not used to seeing, but certainly he's settled down today.
Couple over the belt line, couple high counts on batters, but nothing too much. And there's a foul ball. Lands fair, but it hits off Petz. And that doesn't have to feel too good. So catcher, the umpire, and the batter have all gotten hit in this one at-bat. Ball must have a magnet in it.
Just doesn't like him. You might have to throw that one out and get a new one.
2-2 on Petz. Here's the pitch. And swings on that high fastball. There's out number 1. Strikeout number 4 on the day for Parsons.
It's a nice pitch. He's really settled down. I put that one right where he wanted it. Dust him off with a high fastball.
So here's the pitcher, Aiden Holiday. 2 for 2 in the game with 2 singles and an RBI. There's a ground ball to Guck. Fields it nicely, throws on to first, but it's a high throw over Hayes' head. Frankie there to back it up, but the runner's going to be safe. And there's one aboard with 1 out.
Yep, Guck does a nice job making the play, but looks like he opened up a little too quick with his throw. Had it sail a little bit on him.
Second error on the day for Guck. Needs to...
It's part of the game.
It's part of the game. Settle down out there. You got this, kid.
As long as it's not a mental error, I think Coach Rainey's okay.
That's going to bring up the right fielder, Gary Tompkins, the third. Foul ball back out of play. 0-1.
Good job, Robbie. You didn't flinch that time.
That was too far away for me to flinch. I can't take credit on that. Tompkins 1 for 2 in the game with a single. And there's a strike. 0-2. Hayes holds the runner on first. Infield normal depth. The pitch. There's a line drive. Foul down the left field line.
See what Parsons wants to do here. Has him down 0-2. Maybe you want to waste a pitch or go right after him.
Small lead by Holiday over at first. Parsons with the pitch. Ball just off the plate. It's going to bring it to 1-2.
Close pitch there. We'll see what they want to do. Have a couple options. Can go up and in. That pitch there might set up a low and outside soft stuff.
Parsons steps off. Flips over to first just to keep the runner in check. Nice crowd gather here today for the home opener. Got some people out on the center field hill. Here's the pitch. A little fly pop over Guck's head. That's going to be a single. And there's runners on first and second with 1 out. Not very good contact, but just managed to nub it over Guck's head.
Yeah, it looks like it jammed him a little bit.
I think I just invented a new hit there, the fly pop.
I would put that one on in the back pocket, never to be taken out again.
That's a hairy carry right there. Making stuff up on the fly.
If you make a pun about what just happened, I'll be really disappointed in you.
It was a little nubber. We'll go with that.
I'll take that one.
Runners on first and second, 1 out. And up steps Michael O'Brien, takes a pitch high for 1-0. O'Brien 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out back to Parsons.
Resto setting up on the outside again.
Oh, there's a pitch inside part of the plate, but he takes it, and that's going to be strike number 1. Parsons trying to get out of a little bit of a jam. O'Brien trying to score a couple runs, get his team back within the lead, down by 3 right now. There's the pitch, fouled, back out of play, left side. One and 2 on the batter. Parsons takes a look. The pitch There's a ground ball to Killinger. Fields it cleanly. Flip to second. Relay to first. Got him. Double play.
Nice turn by Doro.
So the Bulldogs get 2. It's a 4-6-3 double play. No runs scored. We go to the bottom of the 6. It's 4-1 Adrian. Welcome back to Bulldog Baseball here in the bottom of the 6. Adrian leads 4-1. Aiden Holiday out for another inning of work. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, Tristan Richardson. There's a pop-up out of play for strike 1. Richardson doubled in his last at-bat. 1 for 2 on the day.
I got to say, there's 2 freshmen in the lineup, both outfielders. We have Richardson and we have Rainey. And they've done both. So far this year, they have both done great jobs. So it's tough cracking the lineup. Just cracking the lineup as a freshman is a tough thing to do, but then excelling when you're in the lineup is probably even tougher. So they're doing a great job of handling themselves thus far.
They really are. Both having very nice hitting seasons, playing good defense. Takes a ball up high, makes the count 1-2. Richardson with a slightly open stance. And he rings him up again on the curveball. Out number 1.
Nice piece of pitching there by Holiday, putting it on the inside and freezing him.
So that's Holiday's 3rd strikeout of the day. All 3 of them have been looking strikeouts, all with that curveball. That's going to bring up Gunnar Rainey, left fielder. Takes the ball outside, 1-0. Another ball low. Gunnar 0 for 2 today, but he does have an RBI on a ground out to the first baseman. Excuse me, shortstop. Can't read my writing.
I don't think anybody could read that writing there, bud.
Should have been a doctor.
I wouldn't trust you as my doctor.
Foul ball off the leg. That's going to bring the count to 2-2. Going to walk that one off.
That must be an interesting feeling, banging one off your leg right there. Have you ever done that?
I don't think I have.
I know our friend back home does it all the time.
There's a ball in the dirt past the catcher, but it doesn't matter, and it's a full count. Now, I fouled ones that came up and hit my helmet because I was just an awkward player, but I never fouled one off my shin.
I can't imagine it feels too good.
Does he hold up? And they ring him up. Can't hold up, and there's out number 2. Second strikeout of the inning for Holiday.
I mean, it's a nice day. Got to do a little fishing there.
It's going to bring up the catcher, Frankie. Got ahead of myself. Frank Resto.
Up, trainer's making a visit to the mound.
Holiday pointing to his elbow. That can't be good. And Holiday's done for the day. Gotta hope he's all right. Makes his way to the dugout.
Do we have a sponsor for this call to the pen?
I mean, we have the sponsors in the outfield.
I'm gonna say that 2010 banner, that's our sponsor for
There
the
you
call
go.
to the bullpen. 2010 champions.
So Holiday finishes the day, 8 hits, 4 strikeouts, 4 runs. Now pitching for the Olivet Comets is number 43, freshman Brett Tyndall. We're going to go to a quick break. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on ACTV. Welcome back to Bulldog Baseball. New pitcher for Olivet, Brett Tyndall. Aiden Holiday left the game after striking out Gunnar Rainey. Was pointing to his throwing elbow. You got to hope that he's okay.
Yeah, it's never good to see a pitcher pointing to their elbow. I'm not going to hint at Tommy John because I'm not a doctor. And, well, that might just be madness.
So a strike on the outside corner to Frank Resto, 0-1. You got the stats on Tyndall, Cody?
Yep, Tyndall's got 3 appearances on the year, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs. That's 2 walks, and he has 2 strikeouts for a 3.38 ERA.
Frank takes a ball up high, evens the count at 1 apiece. And there's a strike, just hits the outside corner, 1-2. Resto 0 for 2 today. Ground out to second baseman and a pop-up to the shortstop. The ball up high. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 4-1 Adrian. Frank trying to start a little 2-out rally. Takes the ball low and outside, and that's going to bring the count to 3-2.
Frankie's standing right on top of that plate.
He fouls that one back. Stays alive. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball out to right field. Camps under it, and there's out number 3. So Tyndall gets the final out. We head to the top of the 7th. Adrian leads 4-1. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on ACTV. Welcome back to Bulldog Baseball here. Top of the 7th inning. Bulldogs lead 4-1. Parsons trying to finish out strong. And pinch hitting for the second baseman, Colton Dottie. We have Matt Refelt, freshman from Pionte, Illinois. Or Piotone. One of the two.
We're from Michigan.
And there's a strike outside. 0-1.
Ray Felt 5 for 27 on the year, scores 3 runs. Whoa.
Bit of an awkward swing. It's going to bring the count to 0-2.
I was Parsons. I'd come back with a curveball right here.
And Parsons has done really well after that first inning. He's really settled back into the way we usually see him pitch. There's another curveball, little nutter down the left field line. Resto Fields throws on to first, and there's out number 1.
I'm saying, man, call him Little Pudge. That was Pudge-esque right there, pouncing on it like a cat.
We've got another pinch hitter for Kevin Hatch. We have number 9, Alex Partham. See if he can crack the Tommy Parsons code.
That's good, Bob.
There's a ball down low, 1-0.
You finally got a good one today.
It's bound to happen eventually.
That's what I say. You got to keep throwing them out there. One of them will catch.
There's a ball inside.
Partham on the year is 9 for 44. That equates to a 205 average.
There's a hard ground ball over to Hunter Hayes, who fields it cleanly, flips to Parsons, and there's out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for the Bulldogs. Now another pinch hitter. We've got number 1, Bronson Warren, and we'll see if he can keep it alive for the Olivet Comets. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss on that curve. 0-1.
Really whipping that bat around in his stance.
Parsons looks really comfortable out there right now. And there's another swing and a miss. 0-2.
No, I don't want to critique his swing, so I'm not going to.
It's a hard ground ball, left side but foul.
All I'm going to say is that there's a lot of unnecessary movement.
But it works for some people.
We'll see.
Parsons gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Muscles one up, but can't keep it fair. Fouled on the right field line.
Warren on the year is 2 for 11. He's got 1 strikeout.
Oh, 0-2 on the batter. And strike 3. Adrian's going to take the first game by a score of 4-1. And Parsons just mowed down hitters after the first inning.
Yep. Parsons continues his streak of dominance. That's going to be his 3rd win on the year. Still has yet to give up a walk, and I think that's 32 straight innings without giving up a walk.
And Ryan Dora with the big home run helps seal the victory for Adrian, and Adrian keeps the winning streak alive. They now have 44 straight wins against Olivet. They'll go for number 45 in just a little bit. Keep it here on ACTV for Game 2, Adrian College Bulldogs versus the Olivet Comets.